Hi everybody, it's Debbie here and welcome back to my Crafty Den. I'm glad you could join me today. I'm going to make I've just gone blank, a MemoryDex card. Isn't that terrible? I have this beautiful English Rose Garden Recollections paper pad that I got. It was a hot buy at Michael's, and these papers, oh my gosh, these papers are so fabulous. Look at this page. Okay, so this page is so fabulous, just so fabulous. And yeah, look at the rest of this paper. I mean, I showed this paper when I hauled it, but I don't think I've ever seen anything as fabulous as this paper pad. It is just so stinking adorable and gorgeous and pretty. And like, look at this. Isn't that nice? Oh, I just can't. I can't even. Yeah. Yeah, aren't they gorgeous? So anyway, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use this paper, and I'm going to make a bunch of MemoryDex cards, and I'm just going to make them for myself, basically, and I'm going to make them for friend mail, happy mail. So I can just take my template, put it on my card, and look at this. I have to show you this. I bet you there isn't very many people out there that have seen one of these, or at least they haven't seen one in a long, long time. I found this in a toolbox, in an old toolbox of stuff that's just been hanging around for 100 years. And we don't even know where we got this toolbox from. We're thinking that somebody left it behind. We had a little hobby farm that we bought like 20 years ago or so. And this says McGill Utility Punch. But it punches. It has the little hole here so you can see. It's got your little viewfinder so that you can see. And it punches through heavy cardstock and plastic and everything just like butter. It is, my dollar store punch goes through, but I have to squeeze and squeeze and squeeze and squeeze and squeeze. And this, I hardly put any pressure on it at all, and it pops right through. So who knows how old this is. And it has this spring-loaded here, so it just pops back up and it's ready to punch again. It's awesome. So I'm going to punch 2 or 3 of these while I have it out. So I'm going to take this little one and I'm going to round the corners on it, the top corners. And this one, I'm going to round the top corners. Guess I better do the top corners. But this one, I'm going to do something different. I did this on one of my other ones that I made, in the Paris themed ones that I did for a swap. And to make the top a little bit different, I just got a CD. It's one of those old rewritable CDs. I put it right at the top edge. So here's the bottom. I'm going to turn this over. I'm putting it right at the top edge like that. And then I'm going to trace it. And it makes just the most perfect arch at the top. I'll cut this out and show you. There, doesn't that make the nicest shape? Like, I really like that. Put enough glue on there. I don't like too much, but enough. So then I'm going to take, I want the big one with the big arch at the top to have this paper here. So yes, I'm going to turn this over like this, now that I've chosen my corner. And I am going to put this down on here. I move it around a little wee bit. It spreads the glue. And then rub this down really, really good. While that piece is drying, I'll put some glue on another piece. I glued the back and the front's the same, because I thought if I put the embellishments on the front, and then I just put like a tag, like a mailing tag on the back to put my information on when I send it out, then it'll look finished, really finished. And I am going to do, you know, I'll probably trade these or give them as gifts, or I might just happy mail them to people. But I am going around and blacking all the edges, because let me get right up close here so that you can see. It makes a sandwich of the paper, and that big raw edge is really not pleasant to look at. It's really noticeable. So I'm blacking the edge really well to get rid of that raw look. And then I'm also going to take my little ink pad. This is just one that I got in some friend mail. I think it's just a dollar store one, but it is, because it comes out this kind of washed black whenever I use it, I get this really nice framed edge if I use it on a real, like I don't hold it like this. I slide the paper on an angle underneath it, like that. I'm basically moving both like this. So, yeah, and it gets really good coverage. I love this whole shadowed look. So I'll just do it. Well, I'm going to do it on both sides. I keep trying to take shortcuts, and it never pays when you take a shortcut, because you're definitely not going to be happy in the end. If you had to think about it, then there's no sense. Just do it. At least that's the way I'm starting to feel. If you have to think about whether you're going to do it or not, just do it. Yeah. So I don't think this is going to show up much on here. No, it's not. So I won't even do that one. I'm just going to leave the black edge. And I don't know if it'll show up much on here either. Oh, a little bit. It doesn't, the gold foil doesn't pick it up very well. So it's not as pronounced as the first one I did, but it's there a little bit. Now I could go back and forth over this and make it darker, but the gold foil's not picking it up much anyway, so I'm not going to bother there. But this one definitely, because it's more like a picture with the flowers on the bottom. Yeah, this is so pretty. This paper is gorgeous. So I've got 3. The cardboard always has a tendency to turn a little bit when it's wet, when you've glued it. So I want this to be the front, just because it has this big rose and more of these rosebuds than this piece on the back does. That's the front of this one. And these are almost identical, so it doesn't matter which side's which. So there I go. I'm ready to go. So now I got to look for some embellishments and some bits and pieces, bobs, and maybe some ribbons. And I'm not sure even what I'm going to look for. So I will go do that. And then when you come back, or when I come back, what you're going to see here is a pile of whatever I'm going to do. I've got a box of bling here. Oops, sorry, I bumped you. I've got these birds, are so cute. But I've got this black and gold ribbon. So I think I'm going to do this one. And I think what I'm going to do is, I have these. They are so pretty. I find these foil stickers, they stick so darn good. So I'm going to put that one there. Like that. Here's one of these that goes this way. Move it over a wee bit there. Yeah, that looks good. And then I'm going to take some of this. This is really pretty, but I didn't know what I was going to do with it when I picked it up. Sometimes you just see something and you go, oh, yeah, and you have to have it. That's what it was like when I saw this gold and black ribbon. And I'm thinking it's going to be my garden fence. Yes, it's going to be my garden fence. So I'll just put it there too. I'm trying to figure out where to cut it. I need to cut that one off because it's frayed a little bit. Or maybe I can just trim it up. I just trim that bit off. And then see how many of these I actually need. So to that one. So I'm going to cut it off. There. And I'll probably have to use my fabric glue to get that to stick on there. And I do have some. So I think what I'm going to do is just put a bead of the fabric glue right along here. I'm trying to keep it above the, you know, the punched holes. There. I'm going to set that up there. And I am just going to stick a teeny tiny little bit under this one. Just a little bit. And a little bit under the one on this side too. Just to hold it up so it doesn't sag. Come on, lift up. There. So that's the beginning. And then that needs to dry. And then my white pearls. I think I need white pearls. Do I, or do I need pink rhinestones? I have these little pink rhinestones, which are fairly close in color to the pink in the flowers. Or I have these paler pink large rhinestones, which are very pretty. I wonder if I should run a bead of them right up the side. One whole row would fit. But I can't trust the... if someone gets this and puts it in a MemoryDex box and it's being slid back and forth, I don't trust that these things won't fall off. So I'm going to take my glossy accents and I'm going to dab a teeny up. And the same thing that happens with my glossy accents every time I'm going to use it. Does anybody else have this problem? It doesn't matter how much I use it or how infrequently I use it. Every time I go to use it, it's plugged up. And one of these tweezers has a small enough end, and it's stuck together because this one. Okay, this one here will fit in here and turn. See, it'll fit in here and turn and pull that end out. So I'm fiddling now. I need to go shopping. I'm really short on supplies. There, finally. I need some more glossy accents. It doesn't take much of this. So I'm going to put a little more on that end because then that has to go over top of those flowers. And then I'm just going to do every second or third one like that. And that'll be enough to keep it on there. So flip this over and very carefully, I'm trying to do it in frame, but it's harder when you're reaching out. There. Okay, now push these ones down that are grabbing. That one's out of line. It must have been out of line on the strip. There. So that's what I have so far. And I need butterflies. What butterflies do I need? I wonder if I have some that I made that would suit this for the color. Ooh, that's pretty. Oh, those are pretty. The green ones are pretty on there. I don't think the navy blue one. No. Well, no, I don't think the navy blue one will cut it. So put my flowers back in here. And I let my glossy accents drain down for a little while before I put the lid back on this time. See if that makes a difference. Although I have to get them out again here really shortly. Like this. I like that. I think that I'm going to do that. I like these little butterflies that I made because they're unique, but I do have to do something. Something that I didn't do when I made them. No, I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna glue them on there. But of course I should have got my hot glue gun out for this. Is what I should have done. But instead I'm gonna put a nice little blob of glossy accents on the back. And I'm going to put it down right there, like that. I like using things, that embellishments that I've made. There. So that is really pretty. It's got a lot of sparkle coming off of it. This one's got the rhinestones. This one's got the, like, they're different, these two butterflies, but of course they're different colors too. So I like it. It's got some different stuff happening. But that's all you do to make a MemoryDex card. Now, for anybody that hasn't made one, I'll give you the measurements of the paper. It is, as I'm talking, I'm putting stuff away. It is 4 inches wide this way. And then you measure 1.5 inches in for your first hole, 1.5 inches in from the right for your second hole, which makes these exactly 1 inch apart. And you put the top of your hole at 3/8 of an inch. So it's less than 1/2 inch to the top of your hole. And that makes them fit the MemoryDex cards. Now you can buy MemoryDex cards that are already punched, and they've got the little square holes in them, but the round hole. So I'm going to do the other two, and I'm going to do them off screen. I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet, but I'm going to do them off screen, and then I'll come back and I'll show you what I have at the end. I'll just do a little reveal. So this is what I've came up with. I got this one. It was all these, I don't know if they're violets or pansies or whatever in the background, but I found 3 different butterflies. That needs to come down there a little bit. But so I edged it in pearls, and I put one of these butterfly stickers on here. And it's the 3D, you know, the little 3D one that the wings can move. So I've got that one. I put this blue butterfly on here. Blue always goes with purple, and green and blue. So this was one of the butterfly embellishments that I made out of the, what were they? The floral, I had a bucket of this floral embellishments, and it's just paper bits, or paper flowers is what they were. There's a few silk ones in there now that I've just dumped in. But, so I had those, and I made these butterfly embellishments out of them. And that was on a video way back in, I think it's way back in January or something. And then I fussy cut this out of the same paper pad and put it on there. It's not quite stuck down yet. There. And then to make these ones come up off the page a little bit, because this paper is so busy, I just put a black line around them. So yeah, that's what I did for this one. This is actually my least favorite one. I really loved that purple violet paper, but then once I went to work with it, it was really hard to work with, hard to add things to. So that's that one. And then this one I left very simple, but this is my favorite one. I did, these aren't quite dry, so little hair sticking off there from the glue gun. So because I had pearls on these little butterflies that I'd already made, I went around this one with pearls as well. And I just thought the pearls made it look, because the paper looks a bit Victorian to me, the pearls, I thought the pearls needed to be that way too. And underneath, whoops, see, I said that wasn't quite dry. Underneath, across this way, I had a sticker, and it is, see, it was just kind of like a sheer white sticker, almost translucent, that has gold foiling on it, and the letters, or the words say, "Love is not only a sentiment, but also an art. I will greet this day with love in my heart." So I thought that was really nice. I just realized I haven't cut this little bit out here, which I'll have to do once this is dry and I can flip it over, or that one might fall off again. And I left it the way it was. Now these butterflies match these rosebuds. And I like it. I think this is my favorite one. And then this one, I did the little garden theme, the rhinestones, a mix of rhinestones and all different kinds of embellishments on this. So I have some stickers, I have some butterflies, I have some fabric ribbon, and some rhinestones. And so this is my second favorite. And so that's what I have. So now I have made, altogether in my whole lifetime, I've made 6 MemoryDex cards. These 3 that I just did, along with this one, and the one that I sent in my swap. So that's it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment and share. And if you're not already a subscriber and you would like to see some more, don't forget to click on the subscribe button and become part of my YouTube family. So bye-bye for now, everybody. Have a good day.